Yeah, okay. Right. So here's a masterclass series. This is the schedule we're gonna have. It's going to be every Monday. So this Monday, we're talking about team building. And then next week, it's going to be database strategy. We have farming strategy after that, and then the Facebook ads. Okay. Michael, this morning, we said we wanted to add one more. You remember what it was? No? Okay. There's something you guys wanted to learn this morning, remember? And I said I'll teach it. Today's building a team, but there's something else. No? Okay. No, that's okay. But we may replace farming strategy with that strategy, okay? Okay. All right. So you guys may be wondering, Team Forward is not a traditional real estate team, and it's not a traditional real estate brokerage. So when I show you today what Team Forward is, you got to remember it's kind of like half like a real estate brokerage and half like a real estate team. Okay. It's not a real estate brokerage because we don't take the brokerage splits, right? We're part of EXP. EXP takes that brokerage split, so we don't deal with that. We're also not a traditional real estate team because traditional real estate team does a 50-50 splits with agents. And Team Forward, we take 0%. Okay. So we're almost like I won't say it, but like a nonprofit organization here. I've started lots of nonprofits, okay? And what we do is these eight different sessions for agents to be successful on Team Forward. So that's why every Monday I teach one strategy session for our Team Forward. And these guys have done it multiple times each session because the more times you do it, the better you get and the more questions I get, right? Because the first time you come here and you take this, you're going to put it into practice. Next time you take this, you're going to bring up questions, okay? Next strategy session. So for example, there's goal setting, planning strategy session where we go through your goals and plan your goals. Farming strategy session, we go and pick a farm for you guys and you go farming. Okay, that's not like a farmer, but as a real estate farming, you pick a district. When you go door to door, you do flyers, or you do open house, right? Number 3, you do digital and social media marketing. That means on Facebook, on Google Ads, you want to get your name out there, okay? Then number 4, personal branding and networking strategy. That's building your network of people, your business, your realtors, develop a personal branding. Okay, so you're out there, people know who you are. Then today is team building strategy session. How do you work with a team to build all this? And then number 6, client appreciation events to get your name further out there. Number 7, database strategy. How to use your database, okay, to nurture, to lead generate people. And then open house strategies. How do you get your name out there even more using open houses? So these 8 things, if you just learn one out there, and you do it, you're not going to succeed. That's what we found out. You have to work all 8 together. Okay, and that's where Team Forward supports you in building these 8 things. You join any other brokerage, they're going to teach you one thing, which is maybe pick up the phone and call people, right?
Or maybe they tell you have to take a team partner with you.
Yeah.
And keep calling the old leads and everything.
Yeah.
They didn't thought about all these 8 points to do it all together.
Yeah.
To build a real estate target.
Exactly. So they don't take these 8 things. Like you said, Niraj, they may pair you up with a partner. You guys go out and do it, right?
Like they don't even care like how many hours you are door knocking or what you're doing. Like I had a meeting with the brokerage and those people they have a straightforward thing. Okay, you need to go with a partner and do knocking and you need to find it. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no strategy, nothing.
Nothing. And so that's what we're all about is strategy. And so that's why we do this order, right? So the order begins with the foundational strategy, which is farming to establish territory. We move on to digital platforms after that. And then we go on to team expansion. And then you should have a big enough database at that time where we can nurture it and grow it. Okay, so that's our strategy here. So here's what I call a traditional real estate team. So traditional real estate team has members in the team. They have a team leader. Team leader will be a solo agent in the beginning. They'll start doing deals, and they say that do about 20 deals, 10 to 20 deals, hire your first admin. Okay, when you hire your first admin, that's $60,000 to $70,000 a year there, commitment. Okay, no matter if you do any business, $60,000 to $70,000 commitment. Then after your admin, you should be able to do 30 deals now. And by this time, you should be able to hire a buyer's agent, they say. A buyer's agent will do all the buyer deals on the team, okay? And that will be paid 50% of your commission will go to the buyer. So if you're doing 30 deals and you give 10 deals to a buyer agent, and then you do 20, you've effectively lowered your own deals to 25. You guys get it? So that means when you hire a buyer agent, you have to increase your numbers now. You have to do 40 deals. Okay? You do 40 deals. And then they would say, hire another buyer's agent. So you have two now. Now you have to increase your deals to 60 deals. So you can give 10 each now, okay, to them. And then you as a lead agent do 40. Okay, that's how you keep growing, right? And that's why you see some teams have like 10, 20, 30 buyer agents, okay? Not all buyer agents do the same number of deals, okay? And then they say, okay, you get to enough buyer agents. If you want to step out of the business, then you have to give the listings to someone else. So they hire a listing agent now. Now, listing agents predominantly are not commission-based. They're salary-based, okay? Because you cannot give 50% commission to all agents, or else your margin will drop significantly. And because listings are so much easier, do you guys know that you spend a lot less time for listings versus buyers, right? So that's why a listing agent can handle 10 to 20 listings at a time. And that's why they can be salaried, okay, with a bonus, commission bonus, okay? Now, lastly, there's something called a showing agent. Showing agents are agents that go out, do showings for you, and that's all they do, showings. Now that's going to, what we pay them is 20% for showing agents. What that does, it will save you the bulk of the time for buyers now. So usually we can handle 5 buyers at a time, taking maybe even not 5 buyers. Sometimes if there's a fussy buyer that wants to go to Hamilton, okay?
Done.
It's done, good. Now, if there's 5 buyers on hand, you cannot take a 6th one because you're full of showings. Have you done 5 buyers at the same time before? No. Okay. But you could do 5 buyers and do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 if you have a showing agent, a showing partner, right? Imagine if someone showed all your homes, Mike. Can you do more?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a traditional real estate team. Okay. You build the admin team here. You know, you'll grow your admin team as the size grows. You need more transaction coordinator. You need more listing coordinator, because who's going to upload it to MLS? Who's going to upload it to Facebook and to YouTube, right? So you need an admin team to do all that. So this is a traditional real estate team, okay? This benefit is that you can handle large volumes. That's why you see those big teams can do 300 to 1,000 units, okay? And the disadvantage is there's high turnover, okay? So it's a nonstop getting agents onto the team, nonstop coaching them into production, because there's going to be some agents that do 0 deals. And then in the very end, you net the money. Okay. So I just want to share with you guys. I have a friend that has a 30 agent team. Okay. I don't have a 30 agent team. I have a 2, my wife and I, 2 agent team. Okay. His net is just under double of mine. His net with 30 agents. His net, my net, double my net. Okay. So you have to think, you're not actually doing that much more. I interviewed mega team agent owners, and they tell me, if they could do it again, they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it again. Okay, but they went that far now. Okay, following this good book, they went that far now. They can't stop, right? They have a big organization. I asked them, what's their biggest expense? Do you know what it is? No. Business biggest expense. No. Salary. No, salary admin. Because you run a big team, he has 5 admin. Each one $70,000 a year. Okay. So it's a big operation. Okay, it's a big operation when you scale up like that. All right, so let's see what the next one is. Any questions about a large real estate team? Any questions?
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
a question. Like, it's not a question basically. So I had worked with there was a team in Toronto. So I had worked with them, and they're like 20 of the agents.
Mhm.
And I just asked them how many deals you close, how do you guys work,
Yeah.
and everything. They explained me everything, told me the numbers. And I met another guy who was just like 3 of the people in the same team, and
Yeah.
they met me at some at some event, or they
Yeah.
told me, okay, let's go out for a coffee.
Yeah.
So we had words, and I was like, okay, how much transaction do you guys do?
Yeah.
And those guys' number
Yeah.
were unbelievable.
Yeah.
There were only 3 people on the team,
Yeah.
and those people were unbelievable.
Yeah. Awesome.
I was shocked. I was like, this is a lie, bro. This is not true.
Yeah.
But when they showed me everything on
Yeah.
laptop, I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
those 25 people are not producing so much of business.
Yeah.
These 3 people are producing like double of the business.
Exactly. So don't be too impressed by these big teams sometimes, right? A small efficient team can outproduce a big one. Okay. And that's a good segue to the next slide here, which is our team forward. Okay. So for example, our team forward real estate team, we have you guys. So every member on team forward are team leaders. Okay. You can think of yourself as team leaders, everyone on team forward. Team forward agents are agents on the team that you can collaborate with. So the team is already built for you when you come into team forward. Everybody else is your team member. Okay. And the third one is sponsored agents. Any agents that you bring into team forward are also your team members. Okay. Now here's the benefits, right? Is that you can handle large volumes, you can handle small volumes with this, and there's no disadvantage. Okay. I'm going to go through the numbers afterwards, okay, to show you this one. This one's a little bit more difficult to understand. Okay, last one is the micro real estate team. Okay, I'm going to teach you guys how to build a micro real estate team today. You may not have heard of this before, but a micro real estate team is very powerful, and everyone on team forward can build a micro real estate team. Okay, and I'm going to teach you guys how. You have a team leader in the micro real estate team. You will have your admin team, your own admin team. And I will teach you how to use a virtual assistant for admin. So you don't have to pay $70,000. You're paying $20,000 a year. Then you have a production partner. Okay. You have a production partner, and I'm going to show the model to you in a second here. So here's the benefit of a micro real estate team. You can handle smaller volumes, right? And you're dealing with salaried positions in this team. This one will maximize your net. Okay. Disadvantages, there's no disadvantage. Okay. I think the only disadvantage is your production partner may graduate into a full-time agent. Okay. But if you're on team forward, that's a bonus. If they're a full-time agent, then you start making revenue share. Okay. Okay. Here's the model. On a traditional real estate team, every deal an agent does, they'll split it with the team leader. Okay. So if you go join a team at Keller Williams or Remax right now, this is a possible model that they'll follow. Not every team will follow this model, but if they've read this book, okay, they'll follow this model, okay? And if you were to start a team, and remember, everyone on Team Forward, if you wanted to start a mega team, I'll support you, okay? You can follow this model, which means that you become the team leader, okay? Team leader's job is to generate leads, all right? If you don't have the business, don't start a mega team like this, okay?
How much business are you talking about?
Well, you should be doing about 20 to 30, 40 deals before starting this model, okay? This is a traditional real estate model. So read this book and you'll know. To do this, you'll need lots of leads, lots of business, right? To give it to your agents, okay? So your agents will work on the left-hand side here. The right-hand side is 50%, right? And 50% will cover all costs on the team. Buyers, consultation, books, listing presentation, staging, photos, anything. The team leader will supply it all. Branding, business cards, open house signs, everything. It's in this 50%, okay? The agent on the team agent, all they have to do is pay their MLS and their gas. That's it. Okay? So that's why when your agents come on into real estate, they might say, I want to join a team, okay? And I know some people here that's here today have joined teams before, and they say, I want to join a team because why? You don't have to spend all that money, okay, to start your business. So an agent on the team, if they go lead gen something, like door knocking, they get a deal, they nurture it, they do the contracts and showings, then they make 50%. That's the left side. If the team gives them a deal, then they make 40%. They do everything else. You see, lead gen is 10%. So everybody's paid on production, okay? So if the team leader does the lead gen and need the nurturing, just to get someone to do showings and contracts, that agent gets 30%. All right. So that's how you split the pie in a traditional real estate team. All right. So if you guys on Team Forward want to start one of this and you say, wow, I'm doing 40 deals right now, I'm going to start a traditional team, go hire somebody and be your team agent here. They'll do this side. If they do a buy deal, the max they'll get is 50%. If they do a listing, the max they will get is 30%. You see? They don't do any showings. Okay. This model works because your net at the end of the year will be between 30 to 40% net. Okay. Because expense is 30%. Okay. So if you're a good calculator and you're like, hey, if expense is 30%, wouldn't net be only 20 here? Right? Well, that's why as a team leader, you will have to also do some lead gen to make 10 more % here, right? And you have to do a lot of listings. So you take this 20% too. Okay, so it averages out to between 30 to 40% owner's profit.
So you need to balance both of the things, right?
Yes, yes. So that's why there's deals where you do 50% buyer deals. Those ones you're actually losing money on those buyer deals, okay? But you're gonna gain it back on your listings, okay? Either you pay salary or you pay 30% for your listings, okay? Okay, so remember the disadvantage of this model was that if someone does really well as an agent on your team, they may leave you because they'll be like, why am I giving you 50%, right? Why don't I just start my own team, right? Okay, so that's one of the dangers here. It doesn't always happen, but it does happen. Here's the other model, the micro real estate team. Here's the difference. When you're a micro real estate team, you're bringing on a junior agent as a production partner. So that means somebody that is like, well, I need to go into real estate. You probably know people like this. I want to go into real estate. I have my license now, but I can't survive, right? I can't leave my full-time job to go into real estate because what am I going to eat? So something that's missing right now in real estate is like the level between full-time real estate, part-time real estate, and not in real estate, right? To jump into part-time real estate, this is a different model then, alternative to being part-time. We just come in, we're going to give you 45,000 in salary, right? That's good, right? Because that's a base. Every time they do showings and then we do the deal, they get 5%. They do contracts, they'll get 5%. And then if they do any lead gen, okay, and they secure a lead, then lead gen and lead nurture will add it up to 25%. Okay.
It was 10%, right?
Hmm?
The lead gen was 10%.
In this model is 15. Yeah, in this model, we're going to give a little bit more. Okay. 10%, 15%, and lead nurture 10. Because why do we do that? It's because imagine if someone on a micro real estate team secures a lead, and that person says, I'm going to refer to my friend Nisha. Nisha's going to give me a 25% referral fee. So why would they bring that lead into the micro team? Right? No reason. So that's why we make lead gen and lead nurture 15 and 10. So together it's 25. So any deals they get, they bring it in, they get 25. No different than referring it out. We want to keep it in the team. We don't want them to refer it out. Okay. All right. And with this model, if you guys ever wanted to run this model on Team Forward, you bring in an agent, right? You interview them, they're fit for this model, and there isn't a risk of 45,000. So if you take 45,000 divided by 12, okay, that's $3,750. You do 3 months probation, right? So the most that you are going to lose out is $11,250.
That's if the agent doesn't do nothing.
If the agent doesn't do anything. Right? And you are slow and you took 3 months to fire them, okay? Okay, that's what happens.
Well,
Okay?
he's not here today.
Yeah, so like in the microwaves team, if you hire somebody who's taking $45,000 and making a lead generation, lead nature contract, showing if they have so much of experience, or like if they can do one part of it, and if they have experienced the certain area.
Yep.
uh,
Yep. So they probably will have they won't have experience in all of this.
Yeah,
First 3 months, it's probably be like, I'll be showing the production partner everything that they'll be doing it with me
yeah.
for 3 months. And I'll still be paying, I'll still be paying them. Okay. So they'll be probably watching the first 3 months. They may not make any GCI first 3 months, but they'll be making salary at least. Okay.
So could you tell them that,
Yeah.
because we're training you and everything,
Yeah.
your salary could start after probation,
You could do that.
right?
Okay.
Because the person.
Yeah, you could do that.
At all, if you're doing everything.
Yeah, you could do that. Okay. Up to you.
No, I know, but it's just, would it be fair enough though?
Yeah, it would be okay with some people, right? Okay. For me, I'll pay them. Once they're in, I will pay them, right?
So Kirby, I have a question, please.
Yeah.
So this model, like for how long it will stay? Like this agent, for how long he will stay or she will stay, like taking this salary and this small percentage. So later on, maybe this question is still early. Later on, what is the next step for that agent? Will it stay like this with salary and this percentage, or?
Well, as a team leader, right? If they stay on this and they're happy with this, then I'll be happy with it too. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
But if they say no, I want more, then you may move this person into a mega team model, right? Which is this model.
This is the next step, yeah.
Okay.
But they're supposed to be productive, like produced agent, like in order to be happy at this model, yeah.
Yeah. So in this model, they are working on my sphere. They're working with my database. Okay. They're working with my farm. This model, they are not. Okay. This one, they're creating their own. All right. So that's the difference here. All right. That's your micro real estate team here. That's for your own database, your own production. And this one is your team, traditional real estate team. They're doing lead gen. You're supporting them to building their farm area, their own database. Okay. Does that make sense? This one, it's building the Kirby Chen database. Okay. That's the difference with these two. So if they want to graduate and they want their own database, build their own database, own business, they move here to this one. Or they move here to this one. Okay,
Team forward.
this is the team forward model now. Okay, team forward model is already built out team for you. Or if you're in another location, is that you get to build this team locally. Okay, because I know some people here are not in Richmond Hill. Then you can build this in your own area. Okay. So team leader makes a little bit less here. Okay. Makes 25%. Well, we want the team leader to lead gen. Okay. So that if the team leader lead gens, they make 60. Okay. The lead gen is actually the team leader in this model, right? This is the team leader over here. I just separated the cost over here, 25%. You have lead nurture, 10%, contracts, 10%, showings, 20% here. So that means I'm on the team and I say, okay, you know what? I want to collaborate with somebody with this deal. I don't have time for showings. Niraj, can you take on showings for this client? I'm going to introduce you to them. You go show everyone the property there. And every showing, remember to take out your camera and just like a body cam, shoot everything for me. And then after 6 showings, you have 6 videos. If the client likes one of them, can you send it to me? That one, right? Okay. And then you say, yes, send it to me. You go out 2-3 times, they pick a house, they buy it, then you just made 20%. Okay. Contracts is that, okay, Niraj, do the contracts for me too, okay? Okay. And then, you know, do as little showings as possible with them, do the contract, do the deal, and then you make 30%, okay?
Yeah.
All right. So this way, you don't have any real contract with anybody on the team, but you know that everyone in Team Forward is trained and developed to a level that you can trust somebody. I could trust Mike, or you can trust Clark over there to support you, okay? And so with this model, you don't have to build a team. The team's already built for you. All right. All right. Any questions about Team Forward? Okay, a lot of you know already. Mike, you know already, right?
Yeah.
You can rely on other people. You can say to other people too, is that, hey, can you take over my business? I'm going to go on vacation for 4 days. You're going to go on vacation for 4 days. And then it's like, you don't have to do 50-50 with anyone, right? Just whatever that needs to be done. Like if Mike needed some showings done, he can get some showings done. But when he comes back, he's going to take it over. So Mike might say, hey, Clark, do my showings for me. Every time you go out, I'll give you $100. Okay, is that okay? Right? And Clark says, yes, that's okay. Right? And then he'll do the showings. Mike comes back, takes the client back. So that's why, you know, in the team, we have a lot of coverage. Okay. We can do that. All right. And then Team Forward, you can also build your micro team. So what I just showed you, the micro team, you can build your micro team. All right. And when you build your micro team, your team, the production person that you bring in, or if you build a mega team, anyone in your team member that you bring in will be half a cap. So you know how you guys are $16,000 cap right now? If you bring in a team and that person shares every deal with you, that person doesn't have to pay full cap then. Okay. That person pays $8,000 cap.
But we, the starter is paid 16 and the other person.
Yeah. Okay. But the caveat is they have to share every deal with you, at least 25%. Each deal, minimum 25% to the team leader. Does that make sense?
Most of the business, like all of this.
Well, that team member, they cannot do any separate deals. All business.
All of them.
For that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, for that. You said
Okay. And then, no, forever, if they're on the team, they have to do all business through the team leader. Like if the teammate says, well, I have this deal I want to do with my brother, but he's going to give me all the commission and I don't want to give you any as a team leader, they can't. Okay. If they're under the $8,000 cap. You understand?
after cap, they can
No.
not.
Okay, unless you, the team leader, says so.
Oh.
Okay, I would say no though. All right. After cap, after you cap, after team member caps, you really could you could do anything you want, really.
It's not much after capping anyway.
Yeah, after cap is there's nothing EXP. Yeah,
295.
285.
285.
285. Yeah, 285 transaction fee. Okay, so let's go into the third thing now. I just taught you how to build a traditional team, a micro team, and a team forward team, right? And of course, I picked, for you guys to join Team Forward. That's the easiest team to build, right? Because the alternative will be joining any other traditional brokerage out there and then building it from scratch. Okay, every brokerage right now, you have to build it from scratch. Also, Team Forward, we have the virtual assistant already on tap. So if you guys need virtual assistant, we have that already. You can hire her right away. Okay, so you don't need to build that admin. Now, here's a team that I figured out when I was at the other brokerage that I wanted. For 13 years there, I wanted to own a brokerage. Okay. And then in 2022, Ali, what year is Ali here? Ali? What year did we open the brokerage?
I guess 2022.
Okay. So after 12 years of my dream, I opened a brokerage, Keller Williams Empowered. And I thought that was a version of a team. A brokerage is a team, right? So do you know why people open brokerages like Remax, Royal LePage and all that? It's because they have the ultimate team. They don't have to sell real estate. The owner is there, okay? They don't have to sell real estate. And they have a team selling it for them. And they don't have to pay for anything because agents pay for all your stuff for themselves. But they take a very small split, sometimes not small, right? An 80-20, maybe a 90-10 split,
95.5.
or 95-5, or transaction fee, right? Like right at home, right? So I thought, okay, I have my real estate team, right? Now, what's the next level? For my next level, I needed a real estate brokerage. So I decided, okay, I'm going to partner up with a partner, and we open up this brokerage. I'm a small investor here, but at least I'll make the money, right? All the agents in the office, I'll make money. Then after a year and a half, I said, oh, this is not working. Because a year and a half, we were still in debt, right? So I said, I'm gonna leave, okay? And what I found was there's something called EXP, okay? And EXP allowed me to be the owner right away. So instead of me being the broker owner here, hiring team leaders and team leader hiring agents, I got rid of the team leader, which is a big portion of the role. It's like $70,000. That's gone now. And now it's me here. Okay. So we changed the sign outside from Keller Williams. We changed it to EXP. I think this was last year in November. So it's been 6 months now. 5 months, 6 months now. And what we did was we started building a team of agents here, which is Team Forward, right? And Team Forward, you guys are the first line of Team Forward agents. When you guys bring agents in, it's going to be your team here. All right. And then what I get, okay, is revenue share. And that's why I take 0% split from agents. Okay. And that's why I say that I'm building the best team model out there, also building the best team brokerage out there. Okay, where I take 0 split. So that's why if you know anybody right now that's on a team and they're doing 50-50 with their team leader, bring them in here and they get to work in a team and not pay that 50%. That's your biggest opportunity right now. Okay. So anyone that's on a team, bring them here. So here's the numbers, for example. So these are projected numbers for myself right now is that front line right now. I'm building to 15. So currently I have 10. So I have 5 more to go, right? Okay. And if you look, if I have when I have 15, my total earnings this year will be $42,000 this year through Team Forward. So the money I spent is more than 42,000. It's going to be 100,000 this year. So I'll be losing about $58,000 this year. Okay. And that's fine, because what's my next focus? Remember, I'm working with each and every one of you on Team Forward to bring 1 person in. Okay. And ultimately bring 3 people in. So you see here in sponsored agents here, right? When everybody brings 3, we get to 45. And when it gets to 45, that's 144,000. Right? In tier 3, when the 45 agents each bring 2, that becomes 90 on this tier. And each bring 2 here, that's 90 on this tier here. Right? So this is next year's projection, where when I have 240 agents, then my total annual will be 474.
That's
see.
no sales, just.
No sales. Okay. So that's what I'm building. And that revenue share is slow in the first year, but it grows exponentially when the people in your organization start to grow. And by the time you have tier 3 and 4, you may not even know who they are. Right? Tier 2 and 3 are helping tier 4 grow. Right? Like, for example, I'm in tier 4 of Joe. Remember Joe? He's in my 4 levels away. He has nothing to do with me. He didn't get me in. Right? He's coaching me right now. Okay. Okay. And that's good. He's coaching me right now, but a lot of his tier 4, he's not coaching. Okay. So this expands and grows now without your involvement in the future, especially tier 5, 6, and 7 later. Right? This is also a real estate team, if you guys can see. Okay. And that's why in Team Forward, you get the opportunity to build your real estate team, plus you get to build your rev share team. Okay. And what's the difference between Team Forward and EXP out there? When you're EXP out there, you don't have the opportunity to build a big rev share team. Okay. Because they're not focused on that. They're missing that. Okay. And there's no reason for them to join them because they don't have our eight strategy sessions. Okay. All right. So then I get agents asking me on Team Forward, I don't have time to bring in people. I don't have time to bring in agents, right? So you don't have to actually spend time recruiting agents to build this model. Because if you're in production, you have no choice but to talk to agents nonstop. Like if you have 1 listing and you have 20 showings on that listing, you have 20 agents you need to talk to there. Okay. I know some agents that have listings and never talk to anybody that shows their listings. Okay. I hope I'm not talking to anyone here that does this. But if you have a listing, you should be on the call with every one of those agents to sell that listing to those agents. Because there could be one person that's thinking, my client doesn't like the walkout, doesn't like it because no walkout basement. And then you call them and you say, oh, guess what? I got a quote, right? To do a walkout, it's $15,000. I already have the quote here, blah, 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 blah. I'll send it to you. And then that person puts an offer in, right? So that's our job as a listing agent, is to sell the property to agents. And all we have to do is add in one thing, is that, hey, I want to invite you to a class we run on Mondays. This class, okay? Do you want to come? Oh, what do you guys talk about? Oh, we talk about these 8 subjects, okay? It's free. We don't sell anything. We just want you to learn. So we invite them, they come and they learn, and then we put them into your rev share when they join. So we do 0 recruiting. We're not calling people, say, you want to join us? You want to join us? No, right? We'll only want to do a lot of business. Through doing a lot of business, invite them to our class. They learn, they love it. They see this model for themselves and they join. That's all. Okay. So it's very organic building your rev share team. Okay. So don't be like pulling teeth, harassing people. Okay. We don't need that.
Once they see you successful,
Yes.
that's what they want. And
Yeah.
empowering people is much better, I guess.
Yeah.
Like a friend of mine, she's having some issues right now.
Yeah.
And she said, when her health improves, she'll be more productive, but she needs some training. I go, our training is always free.
Yeah.
You can take it online.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
Thanks.
makes me feel better that I'm helping someone too.
Yes, awesome. Thanks for sharing, Nisha. And that's true that when you do business, that others will start to notice. Always share your trajectory, which is your exponential growth. Okay, because people are attracted to that. Okay, even someone doing more deals than you will be impressed by your impressive growth, and they may listen to you. Okay, so don't think you're doing only 20 deals a year, and then someone else is doing 50 deals a year, that you can't talk to that person, right? You can. Okay, and plus there's me behind you guys. There is Joe, there's Jeff, there's a whole team behind you guys. Some of them are doing 1,000 deals a year right now. Okay, because we can get up to Kyle and Dan, they're doing 1,000 deals a year right now, those guys. Okay, so if you talk about you want more big guys, then you bring the big guys. Okay, so now you build that. Here's the steps, right, to grow in Team Forward. Of course, one, you guys have joined Team Forward already. Okay, so step one is done. And then step two, we have to get into production. Okay, and that's why our classes are all production focused. Get you guys onto production. You guys can get that production assistant, great. You can build your team, great. If you don't want to build your team, you want to stay solo, that's also okay, right? And you only want to build your rev share team. We have people on the team that's doing that right now. Okay. And you do this together. So get into production and build your rev share team together. All right. And then next step is you hire that virtual administrative assistant. Okay. When you hire the administrative assistant, you'll save more time and you stop doing the $10 an hour work. You give that to someone else. It's $10 an hour. Why are you doing it, right? Go lead gen a little bit more. We figured out lead gen is about $250 an hour work. Okay, so go lead gen. Okay. Go take clients on showings. Go negotiate contracts. Listing appointments are the highest dollar per hour activity for us. If you can go on one listing appointment every day, okay, that will maximize your time. Okay, you actually don't have to do anything else. If you can go on one listing appointment a day and you take 50% of that, 3 listings a week. Okay. All right. And that's why you have an administrative assistant. You do no paperwork after that. Okay. Some people ask me how to do this and that on SkySlope, and I say I never used SkySlope before. Okay. I say go ask Mike over there. All right. Then after that, you collaborate with team members. And when you get to a level where you're like, I can't do this anymore, I can't do any more showings. All right. So you either bring on a production partner, or you ask a junior agent, or you even better, you find a junior agent out there and you bring them into Team Forward. So they're in your rev share. Now that's not needed. Okay. Don't ever think that way though. Anyone on your team that joins you, they don't have to be in your rev share. If they're in your rev share, is a bonus though. Is that true? Okay, but they don't have to be, because commissions always trump revenue. All right. Because if you're doing 50-50 with an agent, you're getting 50%. Rev share is only 2,400 the whole year. Okay, so commission will trump that. So if you bring on talent, they're not in your rev share, it's fine. Add them to your team. But the bonus is if you go out there and you find somebody and you bring them into Team 4 and they're in your team. Okay. Now, what's the next step? What if they leave your team? Well, they stay in Team 4, that's fine. You still make rev share. Okay. Every time they do a sale, EXP will make 20%. They'll give that 20% back to the person who sponsored that agent. That's revenue share. Sorry, I didn't cover that part. Okay. Next step is then you grow the micro team. You get to enough production where you grow your micro team and you build your traditional team, right? So all of this, we have models for it. Okay. And so if you want to grow these, I'll do it with you. All right. Okay, so the most popular team structure is this. If you want to go the ultimate, is that you have a revenue share team, right? You're an EXP or team forward, you build your revenue share team. You're making about 100, 200,000 a year. You have your traditional team. Okay, so you're doing a lot of team leads. You're doing a lot of either Google lead ads, Facebook ads. You generate a lot of those leads and you give it to your traditional team. You build your micro team. Everybody in your CRM, everybody in your client appreciation event, everyone in farming, your micro team will handle that. And then you have your admin team, okay, to do all the paperwork and all that, your virtual admin team. So this is the most popular structure that you want to, if you want to get to, okay? And you have a time frame. Do you want to get here in 5 years? So right now, if you're looking at this revenue share team, you're making 200,000 there. Your traditional team, you're making about 600,000 there. And your micro team should be making more than your traditional team, okay? So your micro team should be getting up to 900,000 over there. Okay, and your admin team, like I said, is going to be about 70,000 a person. But if you go virtual, it's going to be 70,000 for 5 people. Okay. All right. Okay. So that is the most popular team structure. Now you could say, I don't want the traditional team here. Then you take that out. If you take the traditional team out, you're going to have a lot more time in your life. Okay. I just want to let you know that. Okay. If you run this as a revenue share team, micro team, and a virtual assistant team over here, that will give you a lot of time back. Okay. Because your micro team's doing all of your lead gen in your CRM, right? Your admin team's doing your client appreciation events. They're organizing all that. So in that model, you're going to only go to listing appointments. Okay, you're going to go to listing appointments and you're going to go to buyer consultations. So all you're doing is going to appointments at that time. Okay. And why do you go on appointments? Because you will have the highest conversion rate. Out of all your agents, you will have the highest conversion rate. Okay. When you go to a listing, you may take it 60% of the time, but if you send an agent in, they may take it 40 to 30% of the time. Okay. But once you take the listing contract, let them service it. Okay. There's a lot less drop off at that time. Okay. All right. Ultimately, though, you want to get to a space where you're doing business. And the reason why we do more business in Team Forward is to meet more agents. Remember that formula I taught you? Meet more agents to build your revenue share. When your revenue share yearly gets to the number that you want to retire, then you can retire. Okay. So what's that number for you? Think of it, write it down. Okay, what's that number? Okay, then you retire. All right. I'm very low. Okay. I'll retire when I won't stop growing it, but I'm saying I'll retire from real estate sales when it goes to 1 million, my rev share. Because that replaces my real estate income. Right. So I will retire and I'll only have the micro team at that time when I retire. And I'll let the micro team even do the listing appointment and buyer's appointment. Okay. And that's why we're in business. That's why we do real estate now, not because of the GCI commission. It's actually to get more communication with more agents now. Okay. I know a guy, share one story before we go into questions, but I know a guy that had a big real estate team. Okay. He was up in Newmarket, big real estate team. He's done it for 25 to 30 years. And he goes door to door to each house. Okay. And then one year, maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, his wife got sick. And he stopped work. He needed to stop working. Okay. Because he needs to take care of his wife, right? And he shut down his business. There's no business because if he's not working, there's no business. Right? He goes door to door, right? So he had no business. That's it. And so imagine if that happened to you. what do you have when you stop working? Right? And that's why building the revenue share is so important for you guys. Like, I feel like it's so important for you guys. And that's why I spend all my time building it for you guys. Right? So everything I build for production is for your production, but behind the scenes is actually for you building your revenue share. Right? It's to attract more agents, right? Help them to get into production. Okay. It can't be fake. It can't be, what do you call it? A glass floor, okay? Where it looks good, but it breaks, right? So there's not that. We have to build something that's really good, if it's duplicatable, and that we could bring people in, people want it, right? Okay. So this morning I shared with you guys, oh, it's the agent-to-agent referral network. Remember that? I talked about agent-to-agent referral network. Yeah, so this morning I was talking about developing a new agent-to-agent referral network system, right? Right? And I'm doing that, right? Not just for myself, but I'm building that system for you guys, right? So I want to give it to you guys once I finish building that. But that's going to give me more production, and that's going to give me more rev share, right? When I build that system. All right. And that's the kind of things that I want to keep producing. Okay. Before we get to that, let's take questions for now. What do you guys have questions about building your traditional team, micro team, and rev share team?
I have a question here. So what will happen if all the people in your downline start retiring and not being productive agents? So that will affect the revenue, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that will affect the revenue.
Mm-hmm. So what is the plan to avoid this risk, to guarantee that the agent keep growing? Like after we get retired, we will out of control anything.
Well, the revenue share team
Yeah.
needs to be a real team,
Okay.
meaning that you never stop bringing new people in.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It means that you never stop.
Correct.
Introducing new people in. So what it might look like is it could be one admin here, right? It could be somebody, or it could be you sharing more YouTube videos nonstop, right? Always pushing content out there so people know your name, right? Okay, so it does turn into also a role. Like, it's not like you get to go to Florida, lie on the beach every day, but it may be working 1 hour a day still. Okay, and building that.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, there's a guy right now, Curtis Johnson. He has 10,000 people in his rev share, and he still does his social media. He still does training, right? To give to people. He still adds people to his rev share, right? He tells me how many people does he add? 1 a month. Okay. 6 years.
10,000 in 6 years. It's a big number.
Right. But how many people on his first line? 1 a month. He has about 60 something. Okay. On his first line, 60 something people. And he's still adding 1 a month every month. Very slow. He doesn't have to go, you don't have to go crazy. It's time over task over time. Right. The first year could be just your first line. But when time goes on, your first line becomes second, third, fourth, fifth. That's where it really grows big. Okay.
Is there any maximum for each tier? Like for line 1, is there any maximum?
For line 1, no, there's no maximum. Where is it? Yeah, front line here, there's no max. Any line, there's no maximum. As long as there's these 7 levels here. Right?
Okay. So what do you think is the best strategy, like the algorithm, to start filling your first tier? Or sometimes if you get an agent to put it in another tier so you can reach the tier 7 quickly. So I think we need to use the AI to discover which is the best growing algorithm.
No, this it's different. It's different from Keller Williams. Okay, Keller Williams is very similar to this, but in EXP you only focus on 2 lines, right? One is your first line, where you add agents to your first line, And then the second line is where you support your frontline people to bring in others, okay? Attract others. That's it. You don't have to focus on 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Okay.
As long as we focus on the front line, adding people to your front line, and then supporting your front line to add one more, that's it. That's all you need. Okay? So keep focusing on your front line here. Okay, keep pouring into them, and they will pour into tier 2, and then tier 2 will pour into tier 3, okay? All right. And the cool thing is, guys, team forward, you can lean on me and team forward, but there's people bigger than me, right? There's team fast forward, okay? Above me, so you can lean on those guys. So there's 10,000 people up there. I don't know if you know that. There's 10,000 people in team fast forward. All right. So that's why we're one big team. Okay. I went to Nashville last week, and I met the top producers of team fast forward. And they shared a lot of ways that they can attract more agents, right? So during our agent attraction meetings, we're going to talk about that, okay? How we can do more events for agent attraction, okay? But this session is to open your mind, right? You know what kind of teams you want to build. And I think the main thing is don't work alone, okay? Working alone is very depressing, but you can only get so big working alone, and you hit a plateau. It could be around the 250 to 300,000 GCI mark, and you keep hitting that, and every year you're the same then, right? If you don't think a little differently, or if you're not with a bunch of people that are growing this way, then you'll just be the same. You'll be over here, right? Well, where are we? We'll be over here in this model. So in this model, broker owners want agents to all, do just enough. Okay, here's the secret. Broker owners don't want you to succeed to a very, very high level. It's because you will leave, okay, basically. Broker owners want you to succeed to a certain level, okay? And there's some brokerages that are actually happy if you actually do just enough. Just enough. Not a lot, but just enough so that the brokerage makes money and they make money. But they'll stay, the agent will stay, because they're feeding them more stuff to, you'll get better, right? You do this.
I wonder they don't do it
Okay.
every minute. Could be, right?
They do training, but they don't do real training though.
That's the thing, right?
The training they put out is, there's different brands out there. There's brands that will do training about the brand. So they'll do a lot of brainwashing about the balloon and ask you to go sell the balloon. If you go sell the balloon, some people are going to list with you anyways, balloon or no balloon, but in their minds, they're like, I sold the balloon to them, right? I got the deal because of the brand, okay? And so you're gonna see that, like, just like yesterday, a guy called me and he said, what office are you with? I said, I'm with EXP. He said, I've never heard of that. And I said, yeah, they don't do much, advertising. But us agents, we do all the advertising, right? So when we meet, I'll show you what Kirby Chen and Co does, right? And what Team Forward does, okay? So I don't have to sell the brand EXP. But if I was with Remax or with Cedric 21, I might say, I'm from Remax. We do the most in Canada, all right? And they say, okay. And then they sign with me and they're like, yes, the brand got me the deal. But it didn't, right? It was just, yeah, it's your hard work. So I want you guys to always focus on your hard work. Focus on Team Forward, right? Continue to
show hard work and smart work, I guess.
hard work, smart work.
Yeah.
But later, when you brand Team Forward all over the city, and you say, I'm from Team Forward, they're going to say, oh, I know that name. I've seen it all over the place, right? So give it some time, right? We're the first 10 right now. Okay, when we have 20, it's going to get a little bigger. When we get to 30, again, it's going to exponentially grow. I know. We've been open 5 months now. Okay. So it's all getting better. Okay, so let's see here. I'll take some questions, but just let you guys know, if you guys want the AI Mastermind, this month it'll be April the 16th. Okay, that's Tuesday, 2 to 3. All right, Team Forward, you guys can come to the office or do it on Zoom. And then the If you guys want your own virtual assistant, go to here. Dane, if you could put the Calendly invite in the chat. You can contact Arvin and he can set you up on a strategy session, find out what you want, and then match you up with somebody in the Philippines. Okay. And then you can hire a virtual leader. Okay, that's our so that's our next sessions. Okay. Okay, any other questions about team building? We have 5 minutes left. Okay, if you came late today, we'll be sending out the recording to you. Okay, so Dane will be sending out the recording to you guys. Yeah, we're gonna do ads on that day, and then I might replace farming strategy with agent to agent referral because we did farming already, right? We don't need another farming one. Let's wait for 5 more new agents and we'll do farming again. Okay, so we'll replace that with agent to agent referrals. Okay, Dane, replace farming. Okay, any other questions? Tyler, I haven't seen you in a long time. Where are you from, Tyler? Okay. Raja, how's everything there? All right. Any questions, guys? No questions? Give me 3 ahas and we'll finish the day. Okay. Anybody with an aha? Aha is like what you learned today that you didn't know before. Okay. Aha.
So for me, it was this micro team. I like the idea of this micro team building, and and also to focus only on the tier 1 and tier 2. Don't get involved on so much tiers.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Sam. Any next one? Next aha?
Agent attraction.
Yeah.
It's something small, but it was a wow for me, is that, if someone is already on a team and they're, not happy about giving a lot of their commission.
Yeah.
To say to them, you can join Team Forward and there is no split,
split.
and you get all the value and education.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
It is. It is. Traditional real estate team, they pay agent team split plus broker split.
Yeah.
Sometimes not, but a lot of times that's a lot of money. Yeah. And then production assistant, if you know anyone that's in kind of like money trouble, but they're a really good agent, you can bring them on as a production partner. Okay. Yeah.
That was 45 grand, you said?
Yeah. You can adjust it however you want. Okay, guys. You can put 35, but more commission GCI, or you could put more salary and less GCI. You guys can play around with that. But you want them to making about 100,000 at the end. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, one more aha and we'll call it a day. We'll have our in-person party.
Everything is possible, just need strategic steps.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else online? One more aha online. How about Turbo or Charles or Frank? Maybe Ali's trying to say something. Well, Ali's driving. Don't say anything if you're driving.
Yeah, I was driving all the time and I had a couple of calls coming, so I got in and out a lot. So
Okay.
I
Watch the
didn't
recording.
catch everything. Yeah.
Okay. And then we have. Okay, and then we have, it is all an aha. Thank you. Thank you, Frank. Okay. Thanks, guys. I'll see you. Some of you, if you guys want to join us on Friday, you guys all are invited. On Friday, we have our team meeting this Friday. That's going to be a Friday 1:30. We're going to have a new format this Friday, so I'm excited to use the new format. So if anybody here has any deals that you've done, buy, sell deals done, any buyer listing contracts signed. What else? Even leases, send it to me. Any agent attraction numbers, send it to me, and we're gonna put it on our scoreboard this Friday, okay? So I'm excited to see y'all on Friday. Bye, guys. Have an amazing time.
Bye. Thank you, Kirby.
Change the meeting, yeah. Okay, thanks. Bye, Sam. Bye, Ali.
Bye.
Bye, Clark. Bye, Michael. Bye, Charles. Bye, Dane. Bye, Darren. Bye, Tyler.